Hi great people, you are welcome back to Physique Fashion House channel. My name is Fola. Today we'll be learning how to make one beautiful shawl collar overlap flared dress. And to make that dress, we'll be making use of this sample chiffon fabric of about 4 years. So you can as well make use of crepe, light crepe. So let's get started. Now the first thing we'll be doing is to draft the back cut. And to do that, I've come with the pattern draft for the back bodice, and the length we are having here is 16 inches. The waist length, the half length for the front is going to be 17, but by the time the bust that of 1 inch is being had, it will leave us with 16 inches for the back. So that is why we are having 16 inches for the as the length of the back bodice. So 16 inches. Then we have an inch joining allowance up here, and they have an inch down here as a joining allowance. This is my starting point, this line you are seeing here, and thereafter we have the chest line of 8.5 inches. So to get this chest line, you make use of the client bust measurement. The bust measurement of the client is 36 inches. So that 36 inches, you divide it by 6, give us 6. Then we had the 1.5 to hit, making 7.5. So, and that 7.5 will be measured after the 1 inch, so that's slope. So here we have our 7.5. Then this is the shoulder slope of 1 inch that is being connected to the neckline width. The neckline width we are making use of is 3 inches. And this line you are seeing here, I won't call it a zipper allowance line, because no zipper is going to be fixed at the back cut of this dress. So we measure 3/4, that is 0.75. I measure it up here and I measure it here, then I connect it with straight ruler. So this line is going to be used just to shape the back, so that will so as to avoid the zipper bulging at the back. So that is the essence of this line. So now the next thing we are going to do is to get the neckline depth. So for the neckline depth for this project, you are going to use either 0.5 or 0.75 or 1 inch. So let me just use a 3/4, which is 0.75. This is it. Then I connect it to this 3 inches. Yeah. So the next thing for me to do is to get the chest, the bust measurements. The bust measurement of the client is 36. I divide it by 4. It gives me 9 inches. So I measure 9 inches on this chest line. 9 inches. Here we have it. Then I come to this armhole line. I divide this 7.5 into 2. It gives me 3.75. Then on this 3.75, I just step inward with 1/4 of an inch, just this way. Then the next thing is for me to connect from this shoulder slope to the bust measurement. So the armhole has been formed. So this is, the armhole curve has been formed. So the next thing is for us to get the waist on the half back length. The waist circumference of the client is 30 inches. I divide the 30 inches by 4. It gives us 7.5. So I mark 7.5 here. So for this project, we won't bother to get that waist that. We are not making use of the waist that. You are good to make use of it, but I'm not going to make use of it. So then the next thing we are going to do is to shape the back. So what we do here is to step inward here with half an inch. We mark it. Then we come to this chest line region. We step up with 2 inches. Then we connect it. We start slightly connect it to this half of an inch. So this half an inch, we return it back here. So we measure it here. So before we now connect it, then we connect the bust to the waist, just this way. So the next thing we want to do is just to add the seam allowance. So we'll be making use of seam allowance of 1 inch. So I mark 1 inch here as my seam allowance. I do the same thing here, 1 inch. I'm making use of 1 inch, never mind the way I'm placing it. So I connect this to this. From the bust I connect to the waist, just this way. Then I add half an inch seam allowance to the armhole cuff and to the shoulder slope. So half an inch this way, half an inch, half an inch. Then I mark half an inch here. I connect it. So it's always good you mark dotted get your half an inch this way so as to be aligned, so that you won't get out of the line. So then you connect it. You can see, connect it this way. Then you connect this, the seam allowance. You can just blend it this way. Yeah. So I get half an inch seam allowance here. Get it here as well, the shoulder slope region. Then I connect it. Yes. Then I connect this. So I blend it as well. Yeah. So the next thing is for me to, cut it out. Yes, this is it. So, and this is the seam allowance. Don't forget to just connect it. Then I cut it where the back is being shaped. So this is the back cut. So we want to move to the front cut now. Now we want to go straight to the front cutting of our dress. So, and to achieve that, is an overlap shawl collar. So the first thing we have to do is to get some inches in the front here. Then we roll it down. You can get like 6 inches to 7 inches. So I have 7 inches here. I mark 7 inches here, mark 7 inches here. Then I connect it with straight ruler. And another thing is that you must ensure that you have some inches up here as well. Make sure you get like 5 to 7 inches up here as well. So I have like 7 inches up here. That is after the shoulder line. So from this line now, I begin the main bodice, begin the basic bodice. So here now I have 17 inches as the length. My bodice length 17 inches. We use 16 inches for the back. So for the front is going to be 17 inches. We are having 1 inch bust dart. This is the shoulder line, which is my starting point. We have a chest line of 8.5. I've explained that earlier in the back cut. So here now we have 7.5 after shoulder slope. So we get the midpoint of it, which is 3.75. So here we step inward with a 3/4 of an inch. For the back we use a 1/4 of an inch. So we step inward with a 3/4. We connect it. So, and this is our chest line. We are going to get the bust measurement on the chest line. And the bust we are working with, the bust circumference we are working with is 36 divided by 6, give us 9 inches. So we measure 9 inches this way. Then we connect it to get our armhole cuff, just the way you see me connecting it. Yes, just like this. So our armhole curve has been formed. Then we come to the waist. The waist measurement we are working with is 30. We divide it by 4, give us 7.5. We measure 7.5 here. So for the front cut, you are good to hold your dart if you want to hold. So, but it's not mandatory for this particular style. Bust span we are working with is 7 inches. So when we divide 7 inches by 2, it gives us 3.5. So we get 3.5 here. We get 3.5 here. So all we want to use this bust span, as we are dividing this bust span here, all we want to use it for in this project is for us to know the measurements we are going to take in moving forward here to get our overlap line. So it is this 3.5, which is the bust span you are going to measure in the after this line. You are going to measure 3.5 from this straight line. 3.5. This is it. So let me connect this line to the hand part. So here we have our 3.5. Now, so having gotten this 3.5 here, so this is the line we are going to connect to this point now, to the neckline width. So we are going to connect it this way here. So having done this, so the next thing we want to do is to get the collar. But before we move on to the collar, I will want us to take care of this of the side dart first. And to get our side dart, what we do is that we get the bust point. The bust point we are working with is 10 inches. So we mark our 10 inches. We connect it, and let's just connect this bust span. So it's going to be useful for the bust dart. So the next thing is for us to connect the bust to the waist. 7.5. So let me just add the ease allowance to this waist region. You can add quarter or half of an inch. Let me add just quarter. So I connect it. So to get our bust dart now, you measure what you are having here. That is from this chest line to the waist line. We have 8.5. So the divide 8.5 by 2, it gives us 4.25. Here we have our 4.25. This is it. So on this 4.25, you step up with 1 inch. 1 inch. Just like this. So you get the midpoint of this 1 inch. This is it. So what you do is that this midpoint, you connect it to this bust point. Connect it to this bust point this way. So having done that, measure inward 1 inch, just like this. So from here, connect to this point. So the next thing is for you to measure what you are having here. You have 4 3/4 here. So that is what you measure here. 4 3/4. Mark it this way. Then you connect from here to this point. Having done that, from here now, connect to this point. Then from here, connect to this point. So that is it. Yes. So our side dart has been formed this way. So the next thing is for us to focus on the short collar. So, and to achieve our short collar, what we do is that we measure what we are having here, the neckline, back neckline width. So we measure it. So this excess, this 3.5 is not included, because by the time we cut out our fabric, we will first of all join this, that center, we join it. So all we measure is from here to this point. So you can place your tape measure this way so as for you to get the accurate. You place it this way. When you place it this way, we are having 3.25. So that 3.25 is what you get here now. 3/4. You get it here. Just take your tape measure this way. Let it be aligned with this overlap line. So mark it. Here we have it. Then you connect it to this line, just the way it goes. So at this point now, you step inward with a half an inch, just like this, half an inch. So we are doing this so as for the collar to sit well on the neck. So you step inward here with half an inch, then you get half of this line. This 3.25 or thereabout that you get here, you get half of it. So half of it is somewhere here. So you connect this half an inch to, you connect it together this way. So the next thing you want to determine now is the wideness of your collar. So you can make use of 2.75 to 3.5. Let's make use of 2.75. 2.75. We have it here. If we measure 2.75 here as well, we have it here. So we want to measure the same thing we are having here. We want to measure it here, because as we are measuring, that's why I decided to use pencil here, because I know it's not going to be in the original place it's supposed to be. 2.75. okay, so this 3.25, you get it back here. Yes, this is it. So this is where we have the same thing we have here, 3.25. We have it here. So now this thing is this place, the line we want to join is not going to be straight. So from this point, measure up 1.5. So if you had 1.5 to 3.75, I mean to 2.75. This is 3/4. So we have our 3/4 here. So plus 1.5 now. You get 1.5 here. So from here now, you link this to this point. So I want it to be clearer to you. That is why I pass through that method. Because if I just place my tape this way to get my 2.75, you might not know, you might not know the particular measurement you're supposed to get, or how long you're supposed to slant your tape. So it might not be clearer to you. That is why I pass through that method. I believe with this now you are good to go. So we come to the down part here. For that, for the waist region of that our dress, you can see that that collar is not as wide as it is here. So here now we can just use 1.5. I will use just 1.25. Here we use the same thing, 2.35. We use it here. From this very place now, I will just connect it with this my hip cuff. I will connect it to this end, just this way. So the next thing I'll be doing is to add my seam allowance. Half an inch seam allowance will be added up here. Half an inch have an inch here. I connect it. So for this embossed that, so what we are going to do is to cut it out now. So the remaining joining allowance will be added on the fabric. So for this side dart, this is the way it's going to be. You are going to hold the darts on your fabric. We are not going to remove it. The dart is going to be held on your fabric, and it's going to look like this. So let me just put out the remaining. I'm trying to look at any other thing that remains for us to do before we finally cut out everything. So for this place, the shawl collar side, just add 1/4 of an inch for you to join it. So 1/4 of an inch is being added. We add it there as well. This is the front cut, while this is the back cut. So the next thing for us is just to move to the cutting part of this project. And as I told you earlier on, we'll be using this chiffon, this sample chiffon, and I get it 4 yards because I'll be using the same fabric to do the lining for the upper part of my dress. You can use it to do the lining for the down parts as well, and you can just get a lighter lycra for the lining for the down part, for the flay parts. But for the up part, I'll be using the same thing throughout for the lining. So let's go and do that, then I come and show you how it looks like after cutting it out.